This is Team 9 presenting our idea Project ProtectUs. Our project tackles the lack of PPE and medical supplies. This will be done by developing a website that will be used to share and enable the development and production of potential solutions. Due to the changing mentality in the use of face masks to flatten the curve, we set out to improve the efficiency of surgical masks to bridge the gap to N95 masks.
Viruses are transmitted through coughing or sneezing droplets. These droplets can be categorised in two groups, aerosol and large spray droplets. The larger droplets land in the nose and up to the throat, while the smaller ones can reach the air duct of the lungs. Studies have shown that N95 masks are more efficient in filtering smaller particles, while surgical masks are effective in preventing larger particles from penetrating through the mask. Viruses reproduce using host DNA to survive, but how exactly do they do this? They use their spikes, and like a key, they unlock the lock protein found on the host cells, allowing it to enter in. But how is this related to the importance of wearing a mask? The lock protein is highly expressed in the nose compared to the lung. This means transmission of COVID-19 through large droplets will land in the nose due to their size and use of molecular lock tools. We can prevent these large droplets loaded with viruses from landing in our nose by wearing masks.
Significant reduction in transport frequency, closing of public restaurants, bars and all non-essential services, and the ability to work from home facilitate the adaptation to social distancing, which makes it much more effective. It is assumed that an infected individual will unknowingly spread COVID-19 over a 5-day incubation period. The individual will then begin to develop symptoms, immediately self-quarantine, and no longer pose a threat. However, at this point it will be too late if social distancing is not improved and maintained. This graph compares the rate of illness attack upon a population with different measures of social distancing being taken and how quickly those measures are introduced. What's clear is that social distancing was significantly more effective when implemented with minimal delay. The final illness attack rate rose quickest beyond the 3rd week. Up next, George will talk about the website in more detail.
Thanks, Lauren. Our main goal is to employ people to work remotely, as well as help the National Health Service by providing supplies on demand, such as masks, in order to keep up with the increasing number of patients. And so we came up with the idea to produce an online hub where the NHS employees, doctors and nurses will register and request supplies that they need or will run out soon. Any person or business with manufacturing background or industry will join and see those supplies requested by the NHS to produce. Now, Henry is going to walk you through on how the online hub will work.
I will now show you some of the more important aspects of our website, shown here being the landing page. Manufacturers and clients can register here. Once they're approved, they will have access to their respective dashboard. Here being shown is a manufacturer dashboard. They can also access their products, for which they can manufacture, and on each product they can click the product itself to access the product design page, which everyone can access even if they're not registered. Here is information about the product, such as its price, and how many units are requested right now in the UK. Other clients can also register, such as hospitals. Their dashboard looks similar, but has very different key aspects to it, which is more catered to them. They can also have access to their products and see how their orders are progressing. If they want to change the amount of an order, they can do so by clicking on the dashboard, and many more functions are available.
Due to the complexity and cost to design and produce new variants of N95 mask, we decided to focus our attention on improving already existing surgical masks. Inspired from the data and the references, the team decided to create a new device that enhances the fit of a surgical mask. After researching, the team came across a design concept that we thought would be feasible for manufacturers to produce. Though theoretically sound, our team recognized further development was needed to make it consumer ready.
My name is Katie and I'm on the design team. Along with Justin, we designed a mask that makes the edges of surgical and other masks airtight while being customizable to each user. As this can be attached to surgical masks, it's easily accessible to those who need them. Since installing this will increase the efficiency of surgical masks, it reduces the reliance on N95 masks in less critical environments. This design minimizes the amount of material required to improve performance, while also allowing local businesses to increase their revenue by 3D printing the attachment. The design is based on the dimensions of the N95 mask with an added chin strap to further secure the mask in place. Using PLA as a 3D printed material, the mask can bend to form an effective seal on the face. To further enhance the fit, the nose piece design was inspired by the moldable material used in gum shield, which can be heated up and molded to the user's nose. Our proposed target markets for this product are listed on the slide. However, we are open to other markets as we see fit.
As has been reported across several news outlets, many companies across the nation have had to temporarily suspend their existing operations whilst the pandemic grips the UK. Although this is not ideal, this situation could potentially be turned into something positive. The rapid manufacturing capabilities of these companies could be used to mass produce the masks. Additionally, any existing delivery routes could also potentially be used to supply the masks throughout the nation.
Okay, throughout our research we have found two potential competitors. One of them is 3D Hubs, specializing in quick production of custom-made parts for engineers and manufacturers. The difference between them and us is that we are focusing on producing products rather than parts. Although it seems like they are producing things faster, if we get enough businesses to join in and engineers, we're going to make sure to catch up. Smith & Nephew is our direct manufacturer competitor who is going to collaborate with Oxford University and King's College in order to mass produce cheap ventilators. How are we going to stay ahead of the game? Well, Jeremy is going to share us some information about his market research.
In terms of how Project ProtectUs will be marketed, video tutorials of how the mask guard is to be used will be shared to the public to highlight its ease of implementation. Additionally, the accompanying website will be advertised primarily on LinkedIn, where several professional and business entities are located. Hopefully, funding can be raised to kickstart the manufacturing process, and businesses who choose to participate in manufacturing will be offered a return on investment deal for their help with production. On behalf of Team 9, I'd like to thank you all very much for listening to our presentation.